Hello and welcome to ISTV English News. I'm Dhanya. Let's take a look at the top story first. The medicine being distributed to the people in the name of preventing flu-like symptoms is not even recognized by the World Health Organization, says Joint Director of Health Services. The news in detail. Joint Director of Health Services, Government of Manipur, Dr. Shashi Kumar, has said that the medicine being distributed to the people, saying that it can prevent flu-like symptoms, is not even recognized by the World Health Organization. He said this while speaking at the awareness program on swine flu held at the complex of the 2nd Manipur Rifles near the North AOC. MO in charge of the 2nd MR, Dr. Laishram Rebika, was also present at the awareness program. Dr. Shashi Kumar said, if everyone takes precaution and does what he or she has to do, we can protect ourselves from the dreadful disease, swine flu. Those suddenly getting into the business of selling masks and the medicine being distributed to the people, stating that it can protect oneself from the swine flu virus, is not even recognized by the World Health Organization. One should keep distance from people who say that even those who are not affected by swine flu must wear masks, and that certain medicines that contain arsenic can cure swine flu. If anyone suspects the slightest symptom of the disease, test must be done much in advance. That's the only medicine, Dr. Shashi Kumar said.
Masih cara anak tu pani harga nanti ngapok kene asumti masih cara log lai ho ayam masih sama kata bodegi tinggi harga karena mana nasa panaba yerum sanggo lakoi jauh he adu nasa pabani harga tu dah karena karena mapai karena sanggo tu thai yerum tu cara ay pawaya dia harga ba adu ni nangi apam betul celo Wahing
Kuman Manning Handloom and Handicraft Cooperative Society, in association with Chief Medical Officer of Bishnupur, held a one-day awareness program on swine flu. Around 400 weavers took part in the program. Candidate for Vice District Governor 2, Pankaj Kumar Poddar, has said people should elect the right candidate who would be a better leader and could bring development in the society. He said this at a press meet held at Hotel Classic today. He further said the initiative taken up by Lions Club in the northeastern states has increased and there is a need to widen it further. To make it successful, a capable leader is needed, he said.
We want to serve more with more hands together, and we want to see that good leadership and strong leadership should come up in Lions District 3 to 2T. On behalf of Lions Club of Guwahati Hanmore and on personal behalf, I request the Lions who are present today in Manikon 2015 that they should vote for a better candidate and who can change the leadership and bring laurels to the District 3 to 2D at large. At Lions are working 24 hours, 365 days for the betterment of the society.
All Manipur Women's Voluntary Association has expressed deep concern over the 3 different incidents of rape in Bishnupur and Imphal East District recently. The association urged the authority concerned to give befitting punishment to the guilty, a press release said. Staff of Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences, JNIMS, has condoled the sudden demise of former Health Minister Fairojam Parijat. A press release issued by Director of JNIMS, Professor M. Shyamo, stated that the late minister had made a huge contribution in trying to make JNIMS a medical institute. In today's national and international news, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said global confidence in India has been restored and the world's engagement with the country is at a new level, even as he assured Sri Lanka that steps would be taken to address its concerns over the huge bilateral trade imbalance. Modi said this while asserting that India and Sri Lanka should move boldly to conclude a long-pending Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, CEPA. Stating that Sri Lanka has the potential to be India's strongest economic partner in the region, Modi said it should not worry about India's economic size. In his address to Sri Lanka's business community at the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce last night, the Prime Minister acknowledged that there were concerns in Sri Lanka about the huge trade imbalance. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar today went on a 24-hour fast in Gandhian style as part of JDU's statewide agitation against the centre's land acquisition bill. Kumar came to the party office in the morning and after doing yoga and taking bath there began the fast. State JDU President Basishta Narayan Singh, Senior Minister Vijay Chaudhary, Shyam Rajak, Rajiv Ranjan Singh Lalan, JDU MPs Ali Anwar, Harbansh, Ghulam Rasool Balyavi and Senior Party Leader Sanjay Jha joined Kumar in the protest. JDU MPs, MLAs and office bearers are observing similar fast across the state against the bill. The Mumbai terror attack's key suspect Zakiur Rahman Lakhvi's detention has been extended by Punjab provincial government to maintain public order. Lakhvi will stay in jail for another 1 month. Lakhvi's lawyer said this order has been slapped on him due to pressure from Indian government. We will challenge this order in the High Court, the lawyer said. The March 5th lynching of an alleged rapist by a mob in Dimapur is not the first instance of public taking the law in its hand in Nagaland. In fact, a similar incident of vigilante justice took place in September 2014 too. In another shocker from Nagaland, a TV news channel has accessed a video of another mob lynching of an alleged rapist in Meluri village in Nagaland. The 18-year-old accused was beaten to death by the mob in September 2014. The man was accused of raping and murdering an 11-year-old girl. Former Maldivian President Mohamed Nasheed was sentenced to 13-year imprisonment by a criminal court under the anti-terrorism laws. In a court hearing last night in Malé, Nasheed, the country's first democratically elected leader who was arrested on February 22 over the detention of a judge in 2012, was charged under the Anti-Terrorism Act 1990. 47-year-old Nasheed resigned as the Maldives leader in February 2012 after a mutiny by police and troops that followed weeks of protests over the arrest of Judge Abdullah Mohammed on corruption allegations. Cyclone Pam has slammed into the South Pacific archipelago of Vanuatu, leaving complete devastation in its wake, aid agencies said. Tom Skiro of Save the Children said houses in the capital, Port Vila, were destroyed and people are wandering the streets looking for help. The UN agencies say dozens may have been killed and the disaster could be one of the worst in Pacific history. Pam has brought winds of up to 270 km per hour, 170 mph, and torrential rain. Although thousands of people spent the night in emergency shelters, many more were forced to ride out the storm in their own homes. All 6 provinces of Vanuatu have been under red alert, meaning people are advised to immediately seek shelter. Chilean authorities have declared a state of emergency as a raging forest fire forced thousands of people to flee their homes. The fire is threatening to the port cities of Valparaiso and Vina del Mar. The Interior Ministry said about 4,500 people had already been evacuated and another 10,000 might need to be moved. The fire began at an illegal garbage dump yesterday afternoon, officials said, and spread quickly, fanned by strong winds. And now let's take a look at the top story once again. The medicine being distributed to the people in the name of preventing flu-like symptoms is not even recognized by the World Health Organization, says Joint Director of Health Services. Thanks for joining us and do stay tuned for more updates.